Okay, we're now going to reflect on the two images, and I'm going to answer the questions to help you analyze what it is that we are looking at. So image A is a Valentino red dress advertisement. So Valentino is a high fashion brand. They're quite expensive, and this particular advertisement is supposed to show off the red dress. However, this advertisement has once again received a lot of criticism due to some of the messages that it is sending out to the viewers. So let's go through the questions. So what is the man doing in the image? Now we can see there are two men in this image. One that's looking at the woman, and another one that is stepping on her chest, and he is also pinning her down. What is the man wearing? So we can see a suit perhaps, or pants, polished shoes, and I'm making the inference that these men are policemen due to the way they're dressed and the protective screen, the shield that we can see in the image. So what does this image suggest about the behavior of men? And this is where this image is spreading a dangerous message. It looks like this woman is experiencing violence. Like I said, she has a foot on her neck, and she's pinned down. She cannot move. This image is suggesting that the people that are doing this to her are more powerful. And if we think about what does this suggest about the behavior of men, this could be a very negative stereotype associated to men to suggest that violence against women is normal, or men are more violent than women. And that is where the message of this ad is negative, because it has received a lot of criticism as to what it is portraying. I, as a woman, look at this and it makes me feel very uncomfortable due to what it is showing. What impact could this image have on a young boy? If a young boy is continually exposed to images that suggest violence against women is okay, where it suggests that men can be violent, over time that would have a negative impact on the boy's understanding of what it means to be a male, and that might associate violence with a characteristic of what it means to be a strong and powerful man. Image B is milk ad, and what we can see the man doing in the image. So he's drinking milk and he's lifting a car with one hand. So what is he wearing? Again, he's wearing a suit, pants, tie, shirt, and shoes. What does this image suggest about the behavior of men? The very interesting thing here is that the writing on the ad says milk for real men. So what is this ad portraying that real men should be? So first of all, the way that this man is dressed suggests that real men would have a job that requires them to wear a suit. And this is a negative stereotype because men can be doctors, they can be nurses, they can be teachers, they can be chefs, and they're just as successful as someone that sits in an office and wears a suit every day. So this is the negative stereotype of what a real man should do for a job. The second part of this ad is the action. So what he's doing is he's lifting the car with one hand, and we can see that he has muscles. He's got a very built figure. So again, going back to the fact that this ad says that it's milk for real men, this is suggesting that real men are very strong and they have really big muscles. This can be a negative stereotype for men because it can put the pressure on all men to want to look like this. However, we know that human beings come in all shapes and sizes, and there is nothing about having muscles, being strong, and wearing a suit that makes someone a better person or a more successful person than someone who doesn't have those things. What impact could this image have on a young boy? So we actually have a young boy in this image that's looking up at the man lifting the car. And this is actually suggesting that this is what young boys should look up to. This man represents what successful men do and look like. So again, this is dangerous because young men, young boys should be taught that they can have any job they want to do. There's no such a thing as a man's job or a woman's job. Men and women can both be strong. Men and women can both be not strong. Having muscles doesn't mean that you are better than someone else. Having muscles doesn't mean that you are more manly than someone else. Wearing a suit doesn't mean you have a better job, or you're more successful, or you're happier as a person. So it's really interesting how these images can actually influence the understanding of what men should behave like and what men should wear. And this is a negative stereotype because it can put pressures onto young boys to strive to achieve this. And we know very well that that is not the case. We can do whatever we want. We can look however we want to. And violence is never okay.